The Export Administration Regulations, or EAR, are the U.S. regulations that govern the export and re-export of most goods and technology worldwide for national security and foreign policy reasons. I'm Kari Crane, editor of Shipping Solutions International Trade blog Passages. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned exporter, this video explains what you need to know about these regulations. But before I get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our Basics of Exporting videos. Before we can explain export regulations, you need to understand what qualifies as an export. An export is any movement of items outside the U.S., and this includes more than just shipping products. Things like sending documents by fax, software downloads, or even a phone call sharing technical details can be considered exports. And even if you're temporarily shipping something abroad or giving information to a foreign national in the U.S., that's also treated as an export under these regulations. One thing that often surprises new exporters is that export control in the U.S. involves several agencies. Let's highlight the main players. 1. Bureau of Industry and Security. BIS, under the Department of Commerce, administers the EAR, overseeing the export of dual-use items that have both civilian and military applications. 2. Directorate of Defense Trade Controls. Part of the U.S. State Department, DDTC regulates defense articles under the International Traffic in Arms Regulations, which includes military equipment and weaponry. If your product falls under ITAR, you'll need a license to export. 3. Office of Foreign Assets Control. This Treasury Department agency enforces economic sanctions against specific countries and entities. If your export activities involve sanctioned parties, OFAC's regulations apply. There are other agencies and departments too. The Department of Justice, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Security and Exchange Commission, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and others. But BIS, DDTC, and OFAC are the big three to keep on your radar. The Export Administration Regulations, which are administered by the Bureau of Industry and Security, control exports to protect national security, prevent proliferation, and support U.S. foreign policy. Here's what you need to know. The EAR apply to U.S. origin items, as well as certain foreign-made goods with U.S. components. Most items regulated under EAR don't require an export license, but if an item is dual use, you might need a license from BIS, depending on factors like the end user, end use, and destination country. So what's a dual use item? It's any item that has both civilian and potential military or security applications. These items fall under the Commerce Control List and are classified using an ECCN, an Export Control Classification Number. To figure out if your item has an ECCN, you'll need to check the EAR and review the CCL. Don't see your item there? It might be classified as EAR 99, a designation for low-risk consumer goods that usually don't require a license. But be careful, even EAR 99 items may need a license if they're going to an embargoed country or a restricted user, or if they will be used for a prohibited end use. Once you've classified your item, the EAR's Commerce Country Chart helps you determine if a license is needed for specific destinations. If your item has an ECCN, check the reasons for control and compare them with the Commerce Country Chart. That'll tell you if you need a license. If a license is required, you can apply through BIS's SNAP-R system. We explain this whole process in detail in our free guide, linked below, How to Determine If You Need an Export License. Every exporter needs a solid export compliance program. An ECP helps you navigate export controls and reduces the risk of compliance mistakes that can lead to penalties. With an ECP, you'll document procedures and ensure that your exports stay within the law, minimizing your company's liability. Staying compliant can be tricky, but there are tools out there to make it easier. Shipping Solutions International Trade Compliance Software helps you properly classify your products, determine if you need an export license, and screen the parties in your export to ensure they don't appear on any of the government bad guy lists. You can sign up for a free trial subscription of the software by following the link below or watch the video linked here to learn more. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more practical, real-world advice for exporters like you. Check out the hundreds of articles on exporting and compliance available at shippingsolutions.com/blog.